So here we are in the best parts of Blackpool. We're just in front of the Grosvenor Casino. You've got the South Pier on the left, and to the right you've got the largest water park, which is the Sandcastle, which is owned by the council, and you've also got the Pleasure Beach. On my right here is an ex-councillor who sadly lost his seat at the last election, Derek Robertson, and he was responsible for getting these toilets built on the right hand side here, which were desperately needed at the time. So we're looking for people like Derek to come up with the ideas to make this a great place for everybody, not just the people on the promenade. We're now going to go to different places in Blackpool and show you what's good about our town. So here we are, Derek, at the offices of our local MPs. So in this building behind me at Lancaster House in the middle of nowhere is the closed offices of our two MPs, which are Blackpool South and Blackpool North. Obviously we're standing for Blackpool South, as this office will now be empty, and so it should be, because it's in the middle of nowhere. Should we be elected, Derek, we're going to open an office in South Shore, on Bond Street or Waterloo Road.
Well within the community.
Well within the community, open 7 days a week, 9 till 6. And we are there to take their ideas, their concerns and everything they want to talk about, even if they just want to come and vent. They can come and vent to us, yeah? Because you'll be there, guarantee it.
Yeah, I'll be there with Kim, supporting Kim for this election, and our office will be open 12 hours a day.
Okay, so here we are at one of the last surviving post offices in Blackpool at South Shore, and probably the only reason actually while Holyrood Road is quite still vibrant, because we do have still got a community atmosphere here. I know there's an Italian up there where me and Derek went a few times, didn't we, Derek, with the veterans? They have coffee mornings up there for the veterans of Blackpool.
Yeah.
A lot of estate agents, a lot of cafes, florists did all my funeral flowers sadly, and we do have a good post office here, but it's the only post office now in South Shore, and we do need more community post offices so that people can use the community better. So here we are at one of the nice green areas of South Shore, the lovely Watson Road Park, which was a credit to actually Derek again. He's paid for some trees here, and a bit of recycling with the Pleasure Beach log flume boats, which will please your recyclers and your green people, because it's nice to see things like this utilised in the community. It's a lovely park for the local people. Okay, so to the right hand side there we've also got a little cafe which is open every day between 3 and 5. So your dog walkers are here. Most are responsible dog owners, but unfortunately there are a few who don't pick up, which is never good. So always be cautious of that if you're bringing your children out, and obviously if you do see something like that, report it to your local council. Okay, so at the hustings the other night there was a bit of a boat to see. I've got absolutely no feelings of the airport whatsoever. I did a parachute jump there when I was 19 for charity, before it was a commercial airport. It then did become a commercial airport and failed financially. If something was put on the table that was economically viable and the people of Blackpool wanted it, then I would support it. Having said that, as a taxpayer in Blackpool myself, I wouldn't want my money to be bailing out a failed airport. So it's a little bit of a Marmite situation. Do we want it? Do we not want it? Would it bring anything in? It didn't bring anything in before, so why would it this time? We will survive. Yeah, we need people like you. Yeah. And you know me a long time, haven't you?
I know, yeah.
And the one thing you know about me, honesty and integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
My heart, love.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you again. See you soon.
Yeah, I might see you next week.
We are back in Osborne Road in Blackpool South Shore with, of course, Derek, who lives here, which is marvellous. And how long have you lived here, Derek?
I've been here in business for just over 20 years.
20 years, yeah. Marvellous.
I've watched the place deteriorate over the last 20 years. A lot has to be done to bring this place back up to standard as it was. And I think Kim could get on and do things like that.
Do you know what, Derek? I think we can do that. Because nobody can do this on their own, and that's a fact. And we've seen the deprivation because we've done that video, and we did it on a very bad day, and I appreciate that. But nobody can do something like this on their own. They need support of the neighbourhood and the people, which is why when I spoke about this funding that's been knocking around since 2008, this 35 million, I think it's better in the pockets of people in these streets, you know, where they can, like a lot of these people down here have been here years and years, and instead of selling up, they've converted their homes to their hotels to houses, but they've never had any funding to help them do that, and I think they should have had. And I also think the shop fronts all down here, these people who have held out, who are still here now, should be getting that money to improve their shops and their guest houses. And you know, there should be a minimum charge for guest houses, and it should be less than the 4-star hotels, and the 4-star hotels shouldn't be able to compete with small guest houses. But they will, you know they will, yeah?
My business is going to be here for a lot longer, whilst the rest of Blackpool falls apart if nothing's done. And if the big hotels coming into Blackpool, a lot of the little people, guest houses, they're going to feel it, because try and compete and we can't compete with them.
So the other thing I'm going to say to you is, you're going to be up for this. When we get elected,
Yes.
We're going to get a shop down here, an office down here. It will be open 9 a.m. till 6 p.m, 7 days a week.
Right in the heart of the community.
Right in the heart of this community of South Shore. And hopefully Howard Plant will get permission for the development on the corner of Waterloo Road and Bond Street, and that will kickstart this area, and it's going to absolutely boom round here, and I can feel it. And it used to be booming, and I think it's going to be better than it was 35 years ago I was here. 35 years ago when I first came here. No, 40 years. 40 years, because I was married for 40 years, so it's over 40 years since I came here, and I've seen this town at its best, and I'm now seeing it at its worst. And you can only really blame the government and the councils for that devolution, to be honest with you, because they're both as bad as each other. Let's get ourselves together, let's put people who care, who are honest and have integrity into Parliament, and let's take that message home and let's get sorted.
And I say, people first, bricks and mortar later.
Yes.
Thank you.
Perfect.